So the Summer Game Fest was amazing. I feel like there's a lot of good games actually coming out, and I definitely can't wait to cover them all. But today, we're covering one of my favorite games that I've actually been the most excited about, which is Nightingale. For those of you who do not know what Nightingale is, it is basically essentially a survival RPG game that is a crafting, one of the newer games that's coming out. It follows the story of you and your characters and your friends, whatever the case may be. You guys go through portals, going through different worlds, and we basically are exterminators to specific creatures. But what happens when your particular portal back to your home world collapses and now you're stranded? That is the essential synopsis of what goes on in Nightingale. You are now stranded and you must now fight and survive your way through these portals and at least eventually try to get back home. Now, the dev team actually dropped a brand new gameplay trailer, which you guys will be seeing right above me. It was amazing. The graphics still looks beautiful, but today I want to talk about something particularly new that they actually announced at the Summer Game Fest, which would be the RAM card system. Now, this RAM card system would essentially be probably the best thing about the survival RPG because it is technically a procedurally generated way of adding new and fresh things to the experience. So what exactly is realm cards? So realm cards basically allows you and your friends, whoever the case may be, whether you're playing a solo or with a party, basically allows you to control the portals of the game to go into different locations. And apparently these things, this specific realm card that you can craft actually changes almost everything about that new world or new location you're going to, all the way from the weather to the enemies to what goes on in that area. It changes the entire thing due to the specific crafting thing you do, which is actually one of the most best things about this whole system, is that the fact that it changes everything, like from the whole base part of the world. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with that procedurally generated part, for the sheer fact of like, how many RAM cards could I craft? How many locations would I be able to go to? Are there a specific set locations, like 5 different locations, 10 different locations that we can go to? How easy is it for us to present those realm cards and keep going and going and going? Like, there's other like roguelike games that are procedurally generated where every time you go to this area, there's new enemies, new area, but the worlds kind of stay the same. So I want to see how far we can go with the different locations. Like, will we get a watery world? Will we get a city? Will we get this, and this? Like, how many locations do they have like in store for us? And if they only have a set amount, would we actually get an expansion or some type of DLC where, like, oh, we have added 5 more new locations that you can explore, craft these new RAM cards to somehow get there. Now, another thing they did touch on other than the RAM cards was just the pure aesthetics of the world. So the idea that they were going on with this is purely Victorian era. So if you noticed from like the pickaxes and a lot of crafting based things, even the outfits that our characters wear, the weapons that we hold, it is essentially pure Victorian era, which would play a part into the locations that we go to. I'm really excited. Like, as you see in the trailer, there's a power line in the city that's getting blown out. So I'm like, are we able to go to different cities in this Victorian era? Will it start to become a little bit more horror-esque in a way because of, you know, we got different enemies? Like, will this be almost like a Bloodborne situation? I'm definitely excited to see that. And they also did touch on the multiplayer part of this game. So you can play this game completely solo. Of course, it shines the most, so similar to like Valheim, shines the most when you have a couple of friends. The dev team was asked how many players will we expect. He said at least bare minimum 4. He's trying to go a little bit bigger than 4, but not too much where this somehow turns into an MMO. That's not the vision that they had for this game, and it's not going to be MMO. So I just want to let you guys know that for you, if you guys were excited for this, it is not going to be MMO. This is purely just grab a bunch of friends if you need it, 5, 6, 7 or so. Hopefully, well, they don't know exactly what number they want to keep it at. I'm going to keep it probably bare minimum of 4 friends, and you go in, craft your portals, craft everything you need, fight the bosses, fight all the enemies. So every new realm that you will come across, it will have brand new enemies, brand new discoveries you can find, new surprises, new things that play out. You probably get random buffs, maybe debuffs, I don't know. I definitely can't wait for the closed alpha, which segues this into the fact of this game will launch by the time of 2022 ending. He said they want this game to at least be fully launched or early access by the time of end of 2022. So it's June now, so we got a little bit less than 5 months before, we're into 2023. So I definitely can't wait to see what type of closed beta, closed alpha, whatever that nature may be. We got a couple months now, so they already dropped out the trailer, so that holds us off to talk about more things. So I'm definitely trying my best to get into the closed beta so I can be one of the first people to give you guys great information that you will need, just so you guys are ready. There is no price point on this game yet, so we don't know if this game will be free to play or early access. If it does become early access, I'm gonna take a guess right now that the price point may be around 20, maybe 30 or so bucks, since it's just a survival RPG. It may be 40, maybe 40. I say the max would be 40, bare minimum 20 bucks. But if it's free to play, then that may be worrisome for some, because there might be some type of microtransaction. So, somehow, some way they get paid. With V Rising around the corner, and it is kind of dominating right now that survival RPG type of world. Definitely can't wait to see what Nightingale has to hold, so that, we have good competition. Right now, Nightingale, I'm pretty hyped for. The graphics look good. The team's done an amazing job for the visuals, and I definitely can't wait to feel that immersion that we will get in it. And it would immerse me into that Victorian era style, which is honestly one of my favorite styles in the world. It's just Victorian era. I love it. But other than that, you guys have a good one. Please, 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 definitely stay tuned. It's been an amazing Summer Game Fest. I have a couple more RPGs I want to talk to you about that were announced at the Summer Games Fest, so definitely stay tuned for that. I will be doing a lot of coverage on that. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely like this video. Share it to your friends who also can't wait for another survival RPG, since we have V Rising, Valheim. We got, of course, Conan Exiles. So we got another fresh one coming off the boat. I can't wait. You guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. It's been your host, KSD TV. Here at Chaotic Inc. Signing out. Peace.
Sleep, that's so weak, don't plan to rest. I'm from a hood where you die if you don't pack a vest. No culinary degrees, but whipping crack the best. Chefing, hard times taught lessons. Praying every night to pull up in park Benzes. What's my home is what you call trenches. You wouldn't last a day seeing life through all lenses. It's all tension, no sun, and rain and plenty. Full-time job, still can never make a penny. I ain't rapping for clout, I know the